quickly, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am. That's why sometimes I feel bad, ma'am, because I don't know how to teach them fluently.
It's
That's why.
okay. It's okay. You don't have to worry. You are learning, and whatever you learn, you can also try, speaking short sentences to them. Just asking them, what did you do at school today? Or, do you have a new friend? What's your friend's name? Have have these small conversations. Ask them simple questions. So you will also practice, and even they will try to answer you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask them something that they like. What did you do at school? Did you play any games? What's your favorite teacher's name? Maybe those kind of questions.
Okay, ma'am.
It will increase their interest in the language. And what do you try to read any books to them, like maybe a story book or something of that sort?
No, ma'am. I always watch YouTube, ma'am. Telugu to English, how to say some words.
Try reading them short, small story books also. Are they very young? How old are they?
My kids, ma'am, they are my daughter is four and my son is 7, ma'am.
Okay, so they are quite young. So maybe
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can, read them some short, small story books. You get so many different kinds in the market, right? Online also. So instead of only looking at the screen and watching YouTube, try to read them some short stories. In that way, your reading practice will also happen, Santoshi. Keep that in mind. When you will read
Okay,
to them, you will read, right? You will look at the words and you will read. And they will also listen to you. So there's a lot happening in one activity.
yes, ma'am.
See,
I
see
will
if you
try
can
that.
try one thing at a time. Don't try to do too much, but do try to practice with your own people also, because that is where you really have to use the language, right? With your children, or when you go out, when you go to school, to their school, for example. So try to speak in your real environment, your actual environment also. That also really helps. Okay.
Yes, okay, ma'am. But my major problem is I don't know Hindi. That's why even I have doubt, I can't ask you. I don't know how to ask. That's why
You
I suffered.
No, that's okay. Santoshi, try to ask me in English, even if you use English. Try to use
Hmm.
spoken English and ask me. I'll try to give you some example and explain it to you. Let language not be a barrier. Unfortunately, I don't know any South Indian language, but you can always try to tell me in broken English whatever you can say. I'll try to understand and explain it to you if you have any questions.
Okay.
Don't
Ma'am,
hesitate.
I have a sentence, ma'am. Please correct me. I pick up my kids. Is it correct sentence, ma'am?
I pick up my kids from school, or I pick them up from school.
I pick them up with my arms.
I pick them up in my arms.
In my arms.
Like you hold them, you pick them up in your arms. Okay.
Ah, yes, ma'am. Is it correct sentence, ma'am?
Santoshi, it's fine.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So just focus on speaking the language as a whole. Don't worry about these little things as of now. For you, you have to speak the language as much as you can. As a whole, try to speak the language. Then you come to refining it. But for now, you just speak as much as you can.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Cool. So we'll start the class, guys. There are many of you here. Good morning to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, Abhay. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Yes, ma'am. I am good, ma'am.
Lovely. Great. Good to hear your voice after such a long time. How are your holidays?
Yes, ma'am. My holiday spent very well, ma'am. I enjoy a lot with my family, ma'am. Actually, I have attended two festivals, ma'am. Deepavali and Chhat Puja. And Chhat Puja is a very important festival in Bihar and other state also, ma'am. So I enjoy a lot of with family. And 3 days ago, I already returned the site, ma'am, in office.
Fabulous, fabulous. Very nice, Abhay. Good to have you back in class. I'm glad that you had a great time and you enjoyed yourself and that you traveled back safely also. All right, thank you. Thanks, Abhay. We'll start the class. Before we start, guys, yesterday.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, Veera. Good morning. Good morning.
Ma'am,
Good
yesterday,
ma'am.
sorry, ma'am, yesterday I could not attend evening class because, ma'am, I organized one program at my home, ma'am.
I did not have any class in the evening.
No, ma'am, Anisha, ma'am, because, ma'am, yesterday you told me that you will join from Hello English app, but I could not attend, ma'am, class.
Chalega, no problem. That's perfectly all right.
Okay,
so
ma'am.
to
Thank you,
quickly
ma'am.
Welcome. Just to quickly answer all your questions. So just first one thing at a time. Okay. So the first thing you said is you guys are unable to join from the Hello English app. At times you can't join the live class. So I think some of you all must have also tried the Hello Learner live app, right? Have you all tried that app as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who is this who's saying yes?
Manisha.
Manisha. Are you able to join from the Hello English app?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it works for you. So the ones who are not able to join from the Hello English app, who was that yesterday who said? Was it Amit? I don't think it was Amit. Somebody else was not able to join.
Ma'am, Amit was, but ma'am, he was complaining that means her earbuds is not working.
I'll come to that part, one query at a time. So anybody who's not able to join from the Hello English app, please don't try to join by Zoom directly. Try to join from the Hello Learner live app. You guys may be aware, I'm not very sure, but there is a Hello Learner live app that's there on Google Play Store where you just need to enter the meeting ID and try to join. So if you can't join from Hello English, try to join from Hello Learner live. See if that works and let me know. That's point one. Point two, about the earphones issue, our technical team is checking it because yesterday when they tried to join, they are not facing any problem. They're able to hear from earphones. So they are going to check it with a couple of people and see if there is really an issue with that. Rakesh, you asked me if you can join from the computer, but no, that option is not available. You can join only from the phone.
No, ma'am. Sorry. Good morning, ma'am. Actually, I joined directly from Zoom, as I told yesterday. In my phone, there is lots of call receiving in my office time, so it prefers to join in Zoom.
Zoom से join कर सकते हो चाहिए तो computer से because Zoom is a different app altogether, right? Zoom phone पे चलता है, computer पे चलता है.
Yes, ma'am.
Zoom का problem नहीं है.
Okay.
But अगर आप बोल रहे हो कि Hello English app क्या computer पे चलेगा, then no, वहाँ पे नहीं.
No. Yes, ma'am. I have already tried and it will not work on computer. But as you asked, Hello English app is perfectly working in my mobile. There is no issue.
Okay, fine. So that is your choice that you want to join via Zoom.
Yes.
Better to join from Hello English or Hello Learner Live.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am. Hello English app जो live है ना, जो उसमें मैंने enter the code करके तो patching video meeting details इसमें show करता है और वो enter नहीं होता है.
एक मिनट फिर से बोलिए शगुफ्ता.
हेलो इंग्लिश लाइव में हम इंटर करते हैं लाइव क्लिक करके तो उसमें पैचिंग FETCH पैचिंग मीटिंग डिटेल्स दिखाता है तो वो वर्क नहीं करता है इस तरह से.
तो आप अभी
तो मैं
ज्वाइन कर रहे हो, अभी आपने कैसे ज्वाइन किया?
अरे मैंने हेलो ये जूम ऐप से कोड को डाल के ऐप ऑन किया है.
ओके, तो बेसिकली आप हेलो इंग्लिश से ट्राई करते हो तो होता नहीं है और अगर आप हेलो लर्नर लाइव ये ऐप से भी ज्वाइन करते हो तो नहीं होता है, राइट?
यस मैम.
दोनों
हेलो लर्नर लाइव से ही पहले मैं ज्वाइन करती थी पर जब इश्यू आया तो मैं हेलो जूम ऐप को इंस्टॉल करके ऐप
हेलो इंग्लिश इस ऐप से बिल्कुल नहीं हो रहा है.
नहीं मैम,
बिल्कुल नहीं हो रहा है. ठीक है. So you're getting an error that's saying fetching details. Fine. ठीक है. Thank you for telling me this. मैं ये forward करती हूँ टीम को.
मैम, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, my hello app also doesn't work, ma'am. I always join by Zoom, ma'am.
Okay.
If I join by the hello app, then my earphone doesn't work, ma'am.
You also have that problem with the earphone. Okay. Have you tried using the Hello Learner Live app? Hello Learner Live.
Yes, ma'am. I joined from.
A1 person, and I'm asking Abhay. Hold on. Others, I won't get to the bottom of this. Abhay, have you tried using the Hello Learner Live app? Where is he gone? Hello, Abhay. Okay, guys, we need to try to do this a little faster so that we don't take up so much time in class. Abhay, can you hear me? Okay, he's not responding. Monica, what were you saying? Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I was saying I joined from Hello Learner.
Hello Learner Live. It works for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Monica. Okay, so that is one thing to do with the app. Okay, Rakesh, you also asked whether you can get the meeting ID much sooner, but no, as soon as the educator starts the session, for example, as soon as I go live, that's when the meeting ID can be shared with you. They don't have any feature of sharing it much in advance. So I have emailed it to them. I'm not sure if they can do something like that, but as soon as the educator goes live, only then will the meeting ID be shared with all the learners. Okay, you also said, some of you said that Diksha ma'am's class, you all are not able to attend. There was an issue, but they are looking into it, is what they have told me. There was just some kind of technical issue that they were facing.
Excuse me, ma'am.
1 minute, hold on. Oh, you guys also said if the class does not happen, we should get a notification about it. So they have said that they will work on this feature also so that we can have something like that. So that, you know, your time does not get utilized. Okay, who is this person who said, excuse me, please tell me.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, morning.
Ma'am, I thought that Diksha ma'am is not able, not active nowadays.
She's
But
active.
we get notification and all the things when we try. So there is no recording session and there is no class. So I don't know. I thought that she's left
We'll check
from
that. Don't
English.
worry. The team is aware that there is some issue. Whatever the issue is, they will look into it. So if there is no class, they should try to put a notification that there is no class. But I don't have any information that she's not with us anymore. So I can't comment on that.
Yes, ma'am, because it's 2 and 3 months. It's happened. It is happening within 2 and 3 months.
Correct.
From
Correct.
2 and 3 months.
I will let them know about this also, that it's been happening. Some of you are not able to attend. Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, I did Diksha ma'am's class a day before yesterday, and means at 3 p.m. And she was saying she's facing also same problem because there were only 3 participants.
Yeah. So there is some technical issue as such. So the team is aware of it. I guess they were aware of it earlier also. So now we look into
But
it.
ma'am, I want to know one thing. If she is attending the class, so why we are not able to see her recording session?
So Tanisha, that's the thing, right? There is some technical issue. I don't have the answer to what is the technical issue. I can only check what are the problems you guys are facing and send it to the team. So once I get
Yes,
the
ma'am, इसलिए
share it.
हमने ट्राई करना ही छोड़ दिया. मैं ट्राई नहीं करती थी. मैं तो मुझे पता है मैं मैम है.
बहुत तकलीफ हो रही है कि ये क्लास में हो रही है, तो मैंने कहा इसको बार बार रिपीट करेंगे तो कोई फायदा नहीं. I know that there's a problem. I've escalated it to the team. मुझे अगर कोई solution मिलता है, कोई response मिलेगा, I'll definitely share it with you. But the issue जो है highlighted with it. That's the best that I
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else who had any other issues that we have not yet responded to?
Yeah, ma'am. I have same problem with the Diksha ma'am's class. As the
Same issue.
Yeah.
दोबारा आप repeat करोगे?
Yeah, ma'am. Especially Diksha ma'am की class में ही ये हो रहा है.
Understood. It's already we are aware. अभी आप दोबारा वही repeat करोगे, then we are wasting time. Sorry to be a little curt over here. Now we know that there is an issue. It has been highlighted to the team. So if
Yeah,
you
okay, ma'am.
other than this, इसके अलावा कुछ है, then you tell me. नहीं तो बार-बार repeat करके कोई फायदा नहीं.
Okay.
Thank you, Sunita. Anybody
Okay,
else
ma'am.
have any
Thank you.
other problem? Shivani?
Ma'am, as you told earlier, that we can join with Zoom, or we can join with Hello Learner. So how we can get ID?
See, ideally, Shivani, the way
Ma'am, I'm not getting.
the way it works, Shivani, is either you should join from the Hello English app, or you should join from the Hello Learner live app. So you have to try both these apps to see if it is working. If you are not able to join from Hello English or from Hello Learner live, then let me know. Because ideally we shouldn't be joining by Zoom, although we were trying to use it as a workaround, but we shouldn't be doing that. So either Hello English or Hello Learner live. And if you can't join by any of these apps, then let me know. Okay, so try out the other app. It's Hello Learner Live. Some of you know it. Okay, anybody else? Anything other than this? इसके अलावा कोई और issue है किसी?
No issue, ma'am. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, hi Manju. Good morning. Manju, are you able to join from the app? You had a problem earlier, right?
Yes, earlier it sorted out, ma'am. Now, right now. Now I am I am joining Hello app.
From the Hello English app.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, lovely. Thanks.
There is no issue, ma'am, right now. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for telling me that. All right, guys. Sorry to take up your time. I know we spent quite a bit of time in class, but I just had to quickly look into this. Mohammed Raza, hi. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, Sharda. Good morning. Okay, cool. So we'll start off, guys. Yesterday, if you remember, we looked at some synonyms of bad, right? You guys were making sentences using these kind of words, and you all made many examples as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some more synonyms or similar words of the word bad. Many will be common, but they may be familiar to you, but shayad aap actively use nahi karte honge. We are not sure. So what I want to do today in class is just a request. Let's try to look at as many words as we can in class. आप बाद में examples बनाइए या sentences लिखिए. Share your sentences with me in the afternoon class or in tomorrow morning class. Because अगर हम sentences भी बनाते हैं, words भी देखते हैं, then हम बहुत कम words देख पाते हैं एक class. Is what I observed yesterday. So I want for us to look at all the words today. See if we have any questions. Then for practice, you guys try to take some sentences and share them with me in the afternoon or tomorrow morning. All right. So Raza, you raised your hand. Yes, बोलिए. आपको unmute करके बोलना होगा अगर आपको कुछ बोलना है. सिर्फ hand raise करें.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear me.
But I can't hear you.
Hello. Hello.
आप जरा अपना background Hello, Raza. Okay, fine. Let's please carry on, guys. Let's have someone just read the word and read the examples. अगर आपको कुछ questions हैं तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. Sentences आप बाद में बनाइए और आप session में share कीजिए. So let's have.
Ma'am, what's the meaning of wicked, ma'am? Wicked.
Wicked, not wicked. Wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah. So let's start with the first word, Manju. Do you want to read the first one?
Yeah, ma'am. Evil. Ma'am, Dory's system is evil in our society.
Okay, wait. let's look at what we are doing right now on the screen, Manju. Okay, we are using synonyms for the word bad. Yahan pe we are using these words to talk about someone's bad person, if a person is bad, or their action or their behavior. Okay, so just read the word and the two examples on the screen first if you can. Then you can make your example.
Evil, ma'am.
Can you read
He
the
was an evil dictator who murdered his own people. The evil man plotted multiple murders.
Right. Thank you, Manju. So evil is when you want to talk about someone who is extremely bad, who does very awful things. So for example, he was an evil dictator. An evil dictator, the one person that comes to my mind is Hitler. He was an evil dictator who murdered his own people. So you're talking about the person's actions and their behavior. The evil man plotted multiple murders. Plotted means he planned, he conspired, and only he planned multiple murders karne ki. So he was an evil man. Manju, what was your sentence that you made using evil?
Dowry system dowry system is evil in our society.
The dowry system is one of the evils in our society. Yeah, you could use it like that. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's have someone else read the next word. Shagufta, can you read the next word for us, please?
Yes, ma'am. Wicked. Rapunzel was trapped inside a tower by a wicked witch. His witched behaviors was known to everyone.
Let's try to read again, okay, Shagufta? I'll read it for you. You try to repeat, okay? Wicked. Rapunzel. Rapunzel is a character from a story. Rapunzel. Rapunzel.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel.
Yes.
Very famous fairy tale, a very famous story, children's story about this princess. I think she was with extremely long hair. You may have read it somewhere earlier. So Rapunzel was trapped. Trapped money wo kaid thi. She was captured. Was trapped inside a tower by a wicked witch. A wicked witch. His wicked behavior was known to everyone. Wicked. Okay, that's the word. Wicked witch. Witch kya hai? Jaise chudel type, lion or chudel, something like that. So witch ko describe karne ke liye they use the word wicked. Yeah, his wicked behavior. उनका जो behavior था बहुत ही ज़्यादा खराब, बहुत ही ज़्यादा terrible behavior, very wicked, बहुत ही evil behavior. Okay, Meera, do you want to read the next word? The next example.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one thing, ma'am, I am unable to join through Hello English app and live Hello English app, ma'am. I did try, ma'am.
रचना,
Hello.
आप अपने आप को म्यूट पे रखिए प्लीज. यहाँ से बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस आ रही है. प्लीज आप म्यूट पे रहिए. Meera, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Meera, you're facing an issue. What is the problem that you're facing when you try to join?
Ma'am, whenever I join, ma'am, those वो क्या बोल रही हूँ? Ma'am, वो numbers came on screen, and after that means I have to join through Zoom app, ma'am.
आप Hello Learner Live से भी join नहीं कर पा रहे.
No, ma'am. I
आपने
did try.
ट्राई किया है ना? दोनों अलग
Yeah.
ऐप.
हाँ, दोनों में अलग, मैम. दोनों I means downloaded in my mobile, ma'am.
Both you've tried and you aren't able to join.
Yeah.
And so what happens? You're saying the number is not visible.
Number is visible, but ma'am, after that means I have to go in means Zoom app.
वो स्क्रीन पे जो नंबर आता है मीटिंग आईडी, उसको
Yeah.
एंटर करने की कोशिश करते हो तो क्या होता है? कुछ एरर आता है कि वो गायब हो जाता है कि क्या होता है?
वो प्रेस मीन्स मैम प्रेस हो जाता है लेकिन फिर ज्वाइन नहीं हो पाता.
What does it say? कुछ एरर आता है, जैसे कोई और बोला था फेचिंग ये एरर आता है, और कुछ ऐसे एरर आता है, दिखता है आपको स्क्रीन पर?
No ma'am, no ma'am.
आप एक काम कर सकते हो मीरा, उसका कभी ऐसे जब अगर होता है एक स्क्रीनशॉट लेने की कोशिश कीजिए या उसका एक वीडियो लेने की कोशिश कीजिए अगर पॉसिबल है तो, और
Okay.
अपने पास रखिए. So I may require for you to send it to me. अगर
Okay.
पॉसिबल है तो एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए या एक वीडियो ले लीजिए.
Okay ma'am. Ma'am, it is not necessary that I have to download these apps again, ma'am.
You can try to download them again, keep them updated. That is something you
Maybe that that way maybe possible, ma'am.
try and see and let me know what happens.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I am reading, ma'am. Awful. She was truly awful to him throughout their entire marriage. His habits were awful.
Yeah. So you can use yesterday we looked at awful to talk about something terrible.
Bad condition of
Any condition, any weather.
behavior.
But here you can use it to talk about behavior also. So she was truly awful to him throughout their entire marriage. Her behavior was so awful. Or I can say his habits. Somebody's habits were awful.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Ma'am, first wicked बोलना पड़ेगा क्या? Wicked. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Rakesh, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Next one is terrible. Sorry, terrible or awful. What I should speak?
She read awful, so you read terrible.
Terrible. Okay, ma'am. He was a terrible husband. Good sentence. And next one is they had heard terrible things about the landlord.
Right. So terrible can also be used to talk about somebody's action, behavior, or the way that they project themselves with everybody. So terrible can be used like that. He was a terrible husband.
Yes.
Or I could say he was a terrible boss, for example.
Sorry, ma'am. Terrible.
A terrible boss, right? My boss could be terrible.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Got it. Okay. And a sentence from my side, with terrible is someone who is in terrible situation, we should help them quickly.
वो तो situation के लिए हो गया ना.
Yes.
कि आप किसी के behavior, किसी के actions के लिए terrible कैसे use करें. So don't do it now, Rakesh. That's what I said. आप लोग अभी words देख लो, examples देख लो.
Okay.
करके मुझे afternoon के session में बताइए या कल सुबह के session में बताइए.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
We just try to look at as many words as we can and how to use them in different contexts.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I have made a sentence with evil. So can I speak? A bad. Sorry. The world is full of evil and good people. We should careful from the evil person lives in our surroundings.
We should be careful of.
We should be careful of.
Evil
from नहीं होगा मैम. Of.
the correct.
Okay. Okay. Careful of the evil person lives in our surrounding.
The evil people, instead of persons, you can say people, right? More than one.
Okay, ma'am.
Evil people living in our surroundings.
Living in our surrounding.
Surrounding or our society.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Evil.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. And last one is dreadful. His.
Hold on, Rakesh. Somebody else.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay,
let's
thank you,
look
ma'am.
at Shivani, can you please read the next word?
Yes, ma'am. Dreadful. Okay, sorry. He said the most dreadful thing to them. How did they endure his dreadful ways?
Right. So dreadful.
Dreadful things मतलब?
Dreadful things मतलब dreadful बातें. He said the most dreadful things to them. Said use किया है ना, तो said
मतलब बेकार की बातें मैम.
बेकार की बातें नहीं, बहुत खराब बातें. जो हमें मन को तकलीफ दे, हमें बहुत बुरी लगे, या हमें insult करे. So he said the most dreadful things to them. And how did they endure? Endure का मतलब है tolerate, bear करना. How did they endure his dreadful ways? उसके जो ऐसे तरीके हैं, बहुत ही खराब तरीके हैं, उन्होंने कैसे bear किया, कैसे सहा? How did they endure his dreadful ways? ये क्वेश्चन है. तो ये किसी के बिहेवियर के बारे में बात करने के लिए. Okay, Manju, do you have a question?
To see screen. Yes, ma'am.
Tell me.
Ma'am, second one, ma'am, buy a wicked witch.
Wicked नहीं है, Manju, wicked.
Wicked.
Wicked, yes, that's the pronunciation. Wicked.
And which, ma'am? Which chudel?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Vishakha, go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. Can we say dreadful marriage life?
Dreadful married life, not marriage.
Married life.
Married is the adjective, right? So what kind of a life? Married life.
Okay.
So he has a dreadful married life. If you want to use marriage, Vishakha, then you'll have to say dreadful marriage. Dreadful marriage को बोल, because यहाँ पे marriage क्या हो जाएगा, एक noun है, right? So
Yeah.
like
Adjective हो. हाँ.
और अगर आप married बोल रहे हो, so dreadful married life बोलना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, ma'am. I said married life. Dreadful. Okay. Can we say she can't come up with her dreadful married life?
She can't come out, you mean?
Tolerate, ma'am. Come with.
Come with. She can't bear.
Sorry, ma'am. Put up with. I forgot that phrasal verb, ma'am. Yeah. Put up with. No. Come up with, ma'am. Yeah.
No, there's no come up with. You can't come up to the marriage. You can say that she's unable to put up with her dreadful married life.
Yeah, put up with. Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay. You're trying to use a phrasal verb. So yeah, she is unable to, she's finding it extremely difficult to put up with her dreadful married life. Or
Yeah.
she's finding it very difficult to put up with the awful habits of her husband. Something like that.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, Raza, yes, go ahead, boliye.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Ma'am. Terrible means fearful, ma'am.
Terrible is not fearful. Terrible is something that's extremely bad. For example, if I have a husband who's a real pain, then I'll say he's a terrible husband.
Okay, ma'am.
How to behave and ill-treating me. Does not he's very ill-mannered. So I'll say he's a terrible husband.
Bad manner. Okay, ma'am.
Extremely bad. So instead of just
Extremely bad. Okay. When we use what are the difference which evil, wicked, in which situation we use what are the difference, ma'am?
Depending on the situation, you can use these kind of words.
These are similar meaning, madam. Similar words.
Correct. Yes, Sharda, you're right. These are all synonyms of the word bad.
Okay. We evil or wicked, any adjective we use, any situation.
Depending on the situation.
When we use, I don't know what is the difference when we wicked use, when we evil use.
Correct. Yeah. So how do you know the difference? You will understand the difference by reading more and listening more. The more you read, the more you listen. Like yesterday also I had explained, you will know that for such kind of situation, it's better to use the word evil. For another situation, you could use the word wicked. So it depends on how much you're reading and listening. You'll realize which word suits which situation.
In mother tongue we know, but in English when we use this difference we do not. I did not identify.
Yeah. So you learn. You learn by listening and reading.
Okay, madam.
Your mother tongue also you learn the same way by listening only. Nobody came and explained it to you, right?
Okay, madam.
You are listening, you are observing, you saw
Ah,
it and heard it again and again.
Speaking, observing. Okay, madam.
Same thing we do over here, but we try to make examples and look at examples so that we can learn.
Okay.
Okay, Raza, what do you want to say, Raza? Boliye.
Ma'am?
1 minute. Raza, 1 minute.
Hello.
बहुत ज्यादा आवाज आ रही है। बात नहीं कर पा रहे।
Hello.
Can you hear me? Okay, sorry guys. I can't repeat this so many times. Punita, go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. I have a sentence. I was terribly tired. Nevertheless, I did work. Is that clear? Is that right?
Nevertheless, I still did the work, whatever work I had to do. Right. That's a good one, Punita. But let's keep sentences for the afternoon and for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, ma'am. I want to ask. Terrible is the right word here, na?
I was terribly tired. You can use it because you're trying to say कि बहुत ज़्यादा you are terribly tired.
Yeah.
Another way of using the word terrible. Shailendra, yes, I had a dreadful headache. Absolutely, you can use it like that. Okay, let's move on to the next words, guys. I want to cover many words today, so you all can practice later and tell me. So let's have someone else read. Maybe Meera. Meera, can you read the next word, please?
Hello. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you're audible. Please.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, which one I have to read, ma'am? Sorry. Okay. Sorry, ma'am.
Go ahead. You want
Abominable.
Abominable.
Abominable. Abominable. Nothing can ever excuse such abominable behavior. Everyone felt that his ideas were abominable.
Abominable. It has a O sound.
Abominable.
Yeah, listen. Not O. It is an O sound. Abominable.
Abominable. Okay, ma'am. Abominable.
Listen to it later. Practice the pronunciation. But what does
Once time, ma'am. Abominable.
Very nice. So what does it mean? It means when somebody's behavior is very offensive. It's something that people really do not like. It's very rude. बहुत rude है, बहुत offensive है, insulting kind of behavior है. तो हम बोल सकते हैं कि ये इसका जो behavior है बहुत ज़्यादा abominable है, बहुत offensive है. मतलब लोग जो सोचते हैं, जो लोगों को सही लगता है, उससे बहुत हटके अलग insulting, offensive, rude behavior है. So I can say that his behavior is abominable. बहुत offensive. It's very offensive. It offends people. Or his ideas are very offensive.
Okay,
His
ma'am.
ideas were abominable. Right? That's
Okay, ma'am.
abominable. It's not a very common word, but it's a good word to use. We can try.
Yeah, ma'am. Different type of, ma'am. We can say.
Yeah, abominable. So very offensive, very rude. Not people don't accept it. People think that it's just not acceptable by people. Abominable.
Okay, ma'am.
Thanks, Meera. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's go to Tanisha. Tanisha, do you want to read one word for us? The next one. Are you here? Okay, if not Tanisha, let's have Punita. Can you read, please?
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, sinful. Their actions are considered sinful by society. His sinful deeds could not be pardoned.
Pardon means forgiven. माफ किया नहीं जा सकता. Pardon. So their actions are considered sinful by society. Sinful. What is the meaning of sinful? Papi. Something that is against again acceptable behavior. those actions are considered sinful by society. So instead of saying bad, I could say sinful. His sinful deeds, again, deeds are what someone does, his sinful actions, they could not be pardoned. His sinful actions could not be pardoned or could not be forgiven. उसने जो काम किया है बहुत sinful है, बहुत पापी है. That's sinful. It's a sin. Considered as a sin. So instead of bad, you can also use sinful. Okay, any questions with any of the words till here, guys? So these are the synonyms you can use to talk about somebody's behavior or action. You can use evil, wicked, awful, terrible, dreadful, abominable, or even sinful.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Good morning.
good morning. Yes.
Ma'am, here these all words are synonym. So we can't use in place of anyone. Like we can't use evil, wicked in place of these sentence.
No, not really. You can interchange many of them. For example, evil, a witch can be evil as well. A witch could be wicked, a witch could be evil. What else? Awful, terrible, dreadful. These can also be interchanged. Most of the time they are interchanged. Awful, terrible, dreadful. Abominable. Abominable is something that's very offensive, right? Something that you really find very insulting, not acceptable. So that's what I was telling someone else also earlier, Shweta. We can't really sit and think which word absolutely suits the context. We can't mug it up. You will have to keep listening and reading and making more sentences as you go along. Only then you'll know, you'll realize that, okay, I can say evil witch, I can also say wicked witch. How do I know this? Maybe I read it in a story. Maybe I heard it in a podcast or I saw it in a movie. That's how I will know. How do I know awful, terrible, dreadful? I have studied that it's a synonym. But when I'm listening and reading, I see, awful is used mostly with this, terrible is used mostly with this. But I can tell you one thing, that these kind of words are mostly used for talking about a person's behavior, action, their overall manner of doing things. So for that, I can use these kind of synonyms.
Okay, ma'am. So it means like these are interchangeable, but after listening or after reading only, we will be able to keep these words in like in a proper way. But yeah, we can interchange it.
Yeah, you can interchange a couple of them, no doubt. But for example, sinful. अभी sinful क्या है? कोई चीज जो society में accepted नहीं है. For example, अभी तो it's quite common, but premarital sex was considered very sinful. A live-in relationship in the past, in the 50s or the 60s, was considered sinful, right? But with time, it is changing. So if I'm making a sentence about that, I could say that a live-in relationship was considered a sinful thing by society. But now it's more acceptable. But यहाँ पे sinful best suit होगा. मैं यहाँ पे evil बोलूँ तो बहुत weird लगेगा. Evil कैसे?
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. So yeah. So after listening or reading only, we will be able to use these these words.
I would say more accurately. You will be able to use it more accurately.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Holding yourself to it, right?
Yeah.
So that you realize that, okay, this goes well with this word goes well with that. Right now you have the knowledge and you start practicing it, you'll get better.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay, Manju, tell me what is your question?
Ma'am, little slide up. I want to write third block of words.
Okay. You want me to scroll up, right?
Yes, scroll up.
Yeah, I'll go to that. I just wanted to see if anyone else has questions about what we've done till now. Okay, cool. Nobody has any questions. Let's move to the next third type then, which is bad quality. To talk about the bad quality of anything. किसी चीज के बारे में हो सकती है, किसी के performance के बारे में हो सकती है, right? So let's have someone read the examples. One second.
May I, ma'am?
Yeah, okay, Meera, go ahead. Yeah.
Poor, their efforts produced extremely poor results. Next, low, poor, bad quality. Their sandwich are made with low quality bread. Sandwiches, ma'am.
Sandwiches. Plural,
Yeah.
form, right? Sandwiches.
Okay, ma'am. Next, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead. You read and finish it off.
Okay. Mediocre,
I'll read it for you. Mediocre.
mediocre. The batsman has been dropped after a mediocre performance.
Right.
Inferior. The ingredients are of inferior quality. Cheap. The wall plays reeked of cheap perfume.
Perfect. So
Thank
let
you.
me just quickly go through these sentences and explain them to all of you. Poor. So if I want to talk about the quality of something, maybe somebody has tried to work on a project, but the project did not turn out well. So I can say their efforts produced extremely poor results. So the quality of the result, the outcome was very poor. They put in whatever kind of effort, but the outcome was extremely poor. The result was poor. So bad result कहने के बजाय I can say it was a poor result. Low, poor or bad quality. Maybe I'm talking about some food. So I can say their sandwiches are made with low quality bread or poor quality bread or bad quality bread. Some ingredients, whatever they are using are low quality, poor quality. Then I have mediocre. Mediocre. It's not a very familiar word, but those who watch maybe a lot of matches and stuff, they'll know mediocre. The batsman has been dropped after a mediocre performance. Mediocre means average, not so great. Quite a poor performance. ठीक-ठाक. Mediocre performance. Inferior. The ingredients, again, some food ingredients could be of inferior quality. Something that you're talking about could be of inferior quality. Instead of using bad, I can use inferior. Inferior का opposite है superior quality, best quality. But बहुत खराब quality है, so I can say ये inferior quality है. शायद कुछ furniture बनाने के लिए किसी ने inferior quality का wood use किया है. ऐसे भी हम बोल सकते हैं. The next last one we have is cheap. The whole place reeked of cheap perfume. Reeked means it was smelling. Cheap perfume. You guys must have experienced it. Sometimes there are some perfumes or some fragrances that smell terrible. They smell awful. Right? So I can say that the whole place reeked. Reeked means smelled of cheap perfume. It was just an awful smell that we could get. So I can use cheap instead of bad. I can also say low quality. I can replace it like that. Okay, any questions over here? Please let me know. Raise your hands and you can ask questions. Vishakha, yes?
Yes, ma'am. Can we use mediocre batsman for the batsman?
Yeah, the quality of his skills is, he has mediocre skills. I can say that his batting skills are mediocre.
But no, ma'am. Mediocre skill is okay. It is okay, but can we say he is a mediocre batsman?
Not really. It's better to use it like it says over here for the quality of something. So the quality of the performance or the quality of the skills. Better to use it like that. I could say he's an average batsman and his skills are mediocre. You have other words also to use.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Manju, yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, my question is cheap. The whole place reeked of cheap perfume. Ma'am, reeked. What's the meaning of reeked?
Like I explained, it means smell. Smelt of cheap perfume. जो पूरा मतलब एक दुकान है, for example, perfume की दुकान. पूरे दुकान में से वो खराब perfume की smell आ रही थी. So the whole shop reeked of cheap perfume. It smelled of cheap perfume. Smelt आपको समझ में आ रहा है? Smell?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
The whole place, पूरे दुकान में से वो खराब परफ्यूम की स्मेल आ रही थी, इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग थी वो स्मेल. It was an awful smell. तो पूरे दुकान में वही बस हमें स्मेल आ रही थी. जैसे ही हम घुसे अंदर, the whole place was reeking of cheaper. Okay, anybody else, guys? Any questions? Some of these words may be unfamiliar, some are pretty common.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
ma'am, we use mediocre, and the student is mediocre in study.
You could say the student's performance is mediocre. The
We
student,
use performance, mediocre performance, or just we use is mediocre in study.
mediocre in studies, okay, you could say that as well, yes. He's an average student, right? Normally they say.
Average student.
And his mathematical skills are mediocre, or his communication skills are mediocre, or the whole class gave a mediocre performance in the examination.
Just we use mediocre or mediocre performance.
You can use for the performance, you can use for their skill, something that has quality.
We do not use only mediocre.
Yeah, you would want to talk about it talking about a person's skill or performance. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
There is Meera. Yeah, Meera, you unmuted. Tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, during conference, her performance was bad, mediocre, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely. During the conference, during the concert or something like that, she gave a mediocre performance. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Guys, let's move on then to painful. Okay, when we talk about any kind of injury, any kind of body pain, ache, we use the word painful very often. Means it's, I have a really bad headache, a really bad stomach pain, we say that, but we have a lot of other words also to look at. So let's have Monica. Monica, could you read some of these words for us if possible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Painful. Painful. The wound was painful.
Wound नहीं है, wound है, wound.
Wound. Okay, ma'am.
घाव.
Sorry, ma'am.
wound का मतलब है घाव, घाव.
Wow.
घाव होता
Thank
है ना, इंजरी होती है कहीं पे.
Yes, ma'am.
That's called a wound.
Ma'am.
Wound was painful.
Okay, ma'am. Next one, ma'am. Next.
Yes.
Sore. My feet are sore because of wearing uncomfortable footwear.
Go ahead, continue reading.
Sorry, ma'am.
Continue reading. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Tender. My muscles feel really tender because of the fall. Sensitive. My skin is sensitive. Excruciating. His injury caused excruciating headaches.
Let's say that word once properly. Excruciating.
Excruciating.
Yes, excruciating.
Excruciating. His injury caused excruciating headaches. Agonizing. Right?
Agonizing.
Agonizing. She felt an agonizing pain after the surgery. The next, ma'am, severe. Right, ma'am?
Yes.
Severe. See your doctor if the pain is severe. Next one is unbearable. The pain was unbearable. I could hardly breathe.
Breathe.
Breathe. Okay, ma'am. Acute. Acute. They treat patient with acute pain. And ma'am, next one, chronic. Hundreds of people are living with chronic pain. Sharp. He complained of a sharp pain that felt like a knife going into his back.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Monica, for reading. We look at all these words one by one. So painful. The wound was painful. Something that gives you a lot of pain, you can simply say it was painful. Sore. My feet are sore because of wearing uncomfortable footwear. So, you know, when you wear any kind of footwear that's not comfortable, it's very tight, your feet tend to feel very, not a pain exactly, but you feel some discomfort. So you can use the word sore. My feet are sore because of wearing uncomfortable footwear. Tender. My muscles feel really tender because of the fall. Right? If you fall down, if you have a fall, your muscles may not really pain you, but you may have some kind of discomfort, or when you touch them, they may hurt you a bit. So you can say that they feel very tender right now. Sensitive. My skin is sensitive. ये word हमने ads में बहुत बार सुना है. For sensitive skin, right? So this word you may be familiar with. Sensitive is something that can easily get affected by a rash, by the sun's rays, or you get an allergy. So your skin is very sensitive. So you will need to use certain kind of products and stuff like that. Excruciating. His injury caused excruciating headache. When I get a headache that is so terrible that I can't even do my regular work. It's a terrible headache. I can use terrible, but if it's really bad, worse than that, I could use excruciating. Absolutely unbearable headache. Excruciating. Agonizing. Imagine if someone has a surgery, right? After the surgery, you will have agonizing pain, which will put you in agony. इसके लिए मैं ये नहीं बोल सकती ना, I felt a very bad pain after the surgery. You will want to use वो intensity वाला word. So you can say agonizing pain. ऐसे लग रहा था कि मैं बस I should just cut off my leg or hand or end my life. Agonizing pain. Severe. See your doctor if the pain is severe, right? So what's the opposite of severe? Mild. बहुत हल्के से कुछ pain हो रहा है, then I'll say I have a mild headache. But if the pain is very bad, I can say I have a severe headache. Severe, a very bad headache. I really need to take some medication to get rid of this headache. It's severe. The pain was unbearable. I could hardly breathe. Something which is unbearable. I cannot bear it. I can't take this pain. So it's unbearable. They treat patients with acute pain. Acute का मतलब भी है बहुत strong. Acute headache or acute something else. Acute, very strong. Chronic. Chronic is used for something that is continuous. It happens over and over again. Especially in children, you'll see many children suffer from chronic cold and cough. You know, they keep getting cough over and over again, or cold over and over again. Or maybe someone suffers from a chronic backache. You know, you have a backache for a long period of time. So it's a chronic condition. कोई condition जो काफी समय तक चलती रहती है. It's a chronic condition. And finally, guys, if you're not speaking, please put yourselves on mute. Sharp. He complained of a sharp.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class, guys. Chali, we will start. If you guys have any questions, any doubts, you can ask me. If not, then we will continue with our topic, right? So we have completed modals in the previous class, and we will continue with some exercises.
मैम मैं शायद
Yes.
आज का क्लास कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाऊंगा। मे भी
Okay, no problem. No problem.
नो मतलब होता है ना कि इलेक्ट्रिशियन है ना क्या बोलते हैं उसको उन लोगों को
Electrician ही बोलते हैं. Yes, you are correct.
वो मेरा राउटर शिफ्ट करूंगा तो वो लोग आएंगे।
Okay. So the people who will shift